So you're the only one that can spoil them. Imagine how much money you have to spend on the grandkids.
Right, it's a lot because you spent by four people, right?
So, a lot, right? You have no help. There's
no
heavy lifting. Grandparents.
I've got all of these grandparents' days I got to go to at the schools. Who's gonna help me? It's just me.
Just me. Where are all the other grandparents at? I need y'all help. This is not fair. No, that I completely get it, man. I completely get it. That would be stressful.
A single grandparent.
Oh my goodness, that was brilliant.
Miranda's here. She said, "Hey guys."
Hey, Miranda.
Hi, Miranda. She's my birthday buddy. We have the same birthday. Speaking
Oh,
of
really?
the real birthday, yes,
A real birthday.
We are both January 1st babies.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. First day of the year, babies.
Yeah, it's not as great as you would think.
No.
It's way too close to Christmas.
Close to Christmas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So for most of my life, it's been, I'm gonna get you one bigger gift for both.
Yeah, for both.
And it's never a bigger gift. It's the same.
Yeah.
Not that I'm bitter about it at all.
Yeah, my wife's are on the 3rd, and her mother's was born on December 25th.
Oh,
yeah, her birth. She was a Christmas baby.
Oh my goodness!
And she was like, we threw a birthday party, like a digital birthday party during COVID, because she never had a birthday because it was always on Christmas.
Yeah,
I'm like, you don't think about that, right? Like, who's gonna throw you a birthday party on Christmas?
That's cold.
That is cold-blooded.
The closest thing that I have to that is I have only had one office that threw me a birthday kind of thing that was on my own, like, decorated my cubicle and everything like that. And it's only happened to me one time in my entire career. Otherwise most people are on vacation still on January 1st. And so they just don't think about it. So
that's how mine is too. August 3rd in the summer is usually vacation time. So my birthday always gets forgotten.
Yeah.
I would imagine that having it on Christmas is the worst, though.
I'm gonna vote for that. I think a birthday on Christmas Day is God.
I would have been so mad going to church, hearing them celebrate somebody else's birthday on your birthday.
I didn't even think about
I'd be like, why else you want to go to church? Why wouldn't I want to go hear somebody else celebrate it on their birthday?
Nobody's gonna sing happy birthday to me.
They're not gonna send me up there and the choir sings to me on my birthday.
How many times have we heard that birth story of Jesus, and how many times have we heard the birth story of the birthday girl?
Yeah.
Never. We don't know your story
at all. But yeah, that's crazy. But my son, I actually want him. One of my favorite times of the year is October, and I love Halloween. That is for whatever reason. I love Halloween, and I'm hoping that my son is due on the 28th, but I'm hoping he'll be at least as close to Halloween as possible, because it will give me a reason to throw a Halloween party / birthday party. All right, that's a cool holiday to get a birthday on. Is like Halloween. When you get past Thanksgiving, those holidays are rough to compete against.
Right.
Man.
My brother's born on Halloween, but he was, as a kid, he was always afraid of scary stuff. So that did not go well at all. And my son's birthday is in September, but every time we go to the party store, there's all the Halloween decorations, and he was also very afraid of scary stuff. So going to Arnie's or Party City around that time, it was just terrifying for him. He's like, we can't go down that aisle. Let's just stay over here.
This is where you come from, son. You were born in this time of the year. Yeah, that would be crazy.
They were not having it.
Yeah. Especially all of the animated characters, the really creepy ones that are reaching out to grab you. Those are terrifying.
It don't stop.
Yeah,
it don't stop. Yeah.
I can believe it. I can believe it. My kids, I try to convince, not necessarily convince them. I want them to be children, but I try not to tolerate like ghost and monster type play in the house, unless it's like we're playing with monsters and ghosts. Don't
Okay.
wake me up at 3 a.m. and say there's a ghost in the house, right? Because now, at least this happened when I had children. At this point, I'm like, well, if there is a ghost in the house, I can't let him know I'm afraid of him. So I
Right.
have to go check and I have to call him out. I have to make my child go to sleep and let him know this thing is not that scary. So there's been many nights that I'm like punching ghosts in the closet, calling him all kinds of names, trying to get him to come out. It said, okay, you see, if he was really an evil ghost, he would have came out by now. Go back to sleep. You're fine, right? Everything is gonna be okay. Because I'm like, I remember being a child and being terrified of the dark,
Oh yeah, me too.
terrified of the dark. And my mother is still terrified of the dark. To 50, 60, still terrified of the dark. Can you imagine being raised by somebody who is also scared of the thing that you're scared of?
Oh
Right?
my gosh.
Like, it's not going to help you at all. It's like, I'm scared. It's dark in there.
So I
Don't
was
come
scared
out
of
here.
I was scared of the dark, but also we lived in a house that had this really long, narrow hallway, and at the end of the hallway was this mirror, and it was like a kind of a filigree mirror, and so like it was right at the end, and my bedroom was off to the side of it, and so I had to run. I was terrified of this mirror, and he had a name. He was named the Dew. And so anytime I would have to go to my room, I would run to the end of the hallway, open my door, and then slam the door shut. And so at one point, mom finally asked me what was going on with it. And I was like, the Dew, he's going to get me. If I don't get in my room and hide, he's going to get me. So mom took this mirror and she moved it into our den, and she turned it upside down. Because if you were to look at it, it actually looked like it was almost it had like a monster face that was really scary. And so she took it and she put it into our den, flipped it to where it was upside down, and it looked like it was smiling. And from that point on, I would go sit in the den and talk to the Dew.
Yep.
So we all have strange things. Yeah.
Yeah, confronted it. Yeah. That's what I try to do with my child. I want her to be constantly exploring, and I try not to talk too much about them not existing, because then they're going to get to well, does Santa exist, and does this person exist?
Which yes, he does. Just in case, yes, he does.
Well, I don't deny he exists or not deny he exists, because I just say, we'll see if we can find them during Christmas Eve. That's what we say. We'll try to find them.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, we may see them, we may not. Yeah, the monsters. I was so angry. One of my friend's daughters started I remember the day monsters became a talking point. Because before then she was just skeletons. There were things that she would draw, and this little girl comes over and goes, "Oh my God, we can't go in the closet. There's a monster." And of course, my daughter's going, "What do you mean?" And now that's when the boogeyman idea is born.
Yeah.
And I was so angry, man. I wanted to kick that little girl out of my house. But I understood. I'm like, you can't protect them from everything.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like if they don't go to sleep, then I won't get to sleep, because they're going to be hopping back and forth. So I'm like, I have to get this out of their head. I have to make it something they can deal with.
We cut to a monster in the kitchen with his mom. Let me see that eye. Look over here. Look at me. Let me see your eye.
Mom, don't touch it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You were in that closet and that man came and kicked your butt again, didn't he?
He's so quick. I can't. I never expected.
You bringing shame. You bringing shame to our monster name, son. You bringing shame to us. Okay, you come from a long line of closet monsters and ghosts. We have terrorized adults, children, old people, everybody. And now you letting a human man just pop you in the eye and beat you up and send you back to your mama's kitchen asking for a monster steak to put on your eye. Can't believe it.
Yeah, you know, Mama, I don't know. Maybe I'm not like really cut out to be a monster who scares people.
You cut out to be a monster. You hold on. Let me get your uncle. Victor in here so he can give you some pointers on how to be a monster.
Young
Thank
boy.
you, Victor.
How's it going, young boy?
Not great. I got beaten up again.
Yeah, that makes sense, boy. I can tell from how low your shoulders hanging that you're probably getting beat up.
Yeah.
Why are you getting beat up?
I was, just scaring a kid. I was in the closet, and then, she went and told her dad. He raced in before I could move. He started throwing punches and, hit me in the eye.
Did you hear the kid run out of the room?
Yeah.
And you heard the man walking up the steps, coming down the hall.
Yeah.
And then you heard him when he opened the door and started punching.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's the problem right there. That's the problem with this education system nowadays. They don't teach you nothing to do after you scare the kid and the kid runs and tells the parent. They don't do nothing.
You absolutely right.
You know how many times I got punched in the eye, young monster?
No.
Too many damn times before I realized that there was a other piece to this puzzle. Right? You don't need to scare just a kid. You need to go throughout that whole house. They all need to be scared of you. Because if the kid doesn't fear you anymore, then everybody's kicking your ass that night.
And we can't have that.
Can't have that. Can't have that. All right. Now, you're gonna go back in that closet tonight. And I want you, after you scare the little kid, I want you to try to scare the next thing that has eyes, that breathes. I want everything scared in there. All right? Don't come back here with a black eye.
Okay. I'm trying not to. I can't promise that I won't.
You promise
come
us.
back to this house.
Oh, fine, Mom.
Yeah, if you come back with a black eye, I'm gonna give you another one. You get in there and you make sure you scare that kid and everybody in that house.
Okay, fine.
We cut back to the closet. Chloe, you can come back. There's nothing here. It's not scary. You can trust me. I'm your big sister. I'm 16.
It was very scary. There's a monster in the closet.
You are kind of cute.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm scary, and I have a black eye.
Do you have plans for Friday night? I've been looking for someone to go see the new Candyman movie with me.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah. I mean, don't worry about Chloe. She's like dumb. You know how little kids are, but you know, like.
She's fine. She's just a regular kid at her age. They're kind of all like that. She'll eventually, learn to be a good person, I think.
And I'm real sorry about my dad. Like he just tries to play big and puff up. Like, girl, I'm gonna take care of the monsters. Like he doesn't even see you. But really, you probably do want to be careful because if he really sees you in here and he sees that we're going out on a date. I mean, that's when you really got to worry because my dad, he doesn't like any of my boyfriends.
Oh, really?
We got back to in here. We got putting cologne on and getting yourself dressed up. Yeah, I can't wait for your Uncle Victor to come back in here so I can tell us now you're going on a date with him. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I don't want to be rude. She asked me if I wanted to go. I said, I can't be rude.
You're supposed to scare him. What are you making friends for? God, dog.
I may be a monster, Mom, but I still got some manners, okay?
All right, sister. I'm here
Thank you.
back home from
Oh,
work.
I can't even deal with it no more. Go ahead, talk to.
Oh no. What's going on?
Yeah,
Tell
listen
me.
to this one.
Tell your Uncle Vic what's going on.
I've got a date, so
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go see a movie.
How scary is she? How scary is she? She really scary? Medium
No,
scary?
she's a human. She's just
human victim.
regular
She's
human.
human victim. The enemy.
You know, my brother will be rolling over in the afterlife in his head if he knew that his young monster son was dating a human.
Can you believe that?
But just go see a movie. It's like being in the big closets. It's dark in there, so
Can't justify it.
I passed about 5 lady monsters on the way home. I didn't find not one that looked like they were, with anybody. Do you have a problem with monster women?
Yeah.
No, I don't. But I'm just exploring my options, like expanding my horizons a little bit. What's wrong with that?
Well, you got beat up by them, son. Now you're going and loving on them.
Thank you. Probably not
What
making
you gonna do now? You gonna
on,
trade in your family for secrets now? You done everything else, son.
And what I'm gonna do with a half human, half monster grandchild? I'm a single grandparent. I'm the only one.
How are they gonna scare? What are we gonna do?
What we gonna do?
We have closet scares. What are we gonna do?
How we gonna live? How about show my face down at the monster church?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Mom.
You cut down the monster church. All right, now, sister. If anybody asks you about, we gonna act like no one said anything. All right, it did not happen. All right, we don't know anything.
Okay.
Keep it together now. Keep it together.
I know that. I know. I can't believe this. I came to y'all bringing my monster growls. I want to bring my growls before the group so that you will know how deeply this is cutting. It's cutting me inside that this is happening. Y'all growl the spirit of monster back into him. I don't know what them took over him. Y'all growl it back up into him, please.
Excuse me. My boyfriend invited me to come to church with him. Am I in the right place?
Back, you human heathen. Just get on out of our monster space.
Okay, I'm just gonna go right back to the closet over here. I am so sorry for interrupting you. It's very nice to meet you. Hi, I'll see you on Friday. Bye. Mwah. Kisses. Oh.
We cut to the lead minister and her talking. Listen here, on behalf of the monster congregation and a few of the conversations I've spoken with our Lord and Savior, the devil, we don't feel like you should be a part of this here service anymore. We feel like your beliefs have been just so flexible that they just cannot be a part of this here damnation.
We being excommunicated. We being kicked out of the monster church. You hear that, son? You hear that?
Yeah, Mom. I heard it. But maybe the monster church is behind the times, and we need to just move on without it.
I grew up in the monster church, son. I come from a long generation, long line of people that were baptized in the monster ways. It's all I know. And now we're kicked out.
Mom, I actually have a bit of news. We're having a baby.
Ah!
Yeah.
Is it okay? Can I come in now? Is it safe?
Yeah, you can come in.
Might as well.
Hi, I'm so excited to meet you. My name's Stephanie. I understand that he told you our news. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I brought news to her. She's gonna be a single grandma, and we want to be really involved in our baby's life.
Well, son, I have one question. Notice you got another black eye. How does her father feel about this?
I mean, he's not, and I might have to come live with you.
Oh,
That's it. That's it.
so it's not even acceptable in her world, but you can bring it down to our damnation
You got to
world.
come on into the
You just
monster
think
world.
anything flies down here, huh?
Are you serious?
Well, yeah, doesn't it?
No.
No.
Monsters have standards.
You have standards
We have
down here,
rules.
son.
We have social mores and codes, all of that. God, dog.
I mean, I would think that with the way that humans are afraid of you and just keep hiding from you, that you would understand our love, that, you know, it's not anything that we can hide anymore. You know, haven't you been in love before?
I did fall in love once.
Yeah.
His name was Sammy Davis Jr. And he was the most beautiful monster I'd ever seen. And we were together for about 6 years. And one day I just walked in the room and I didn't knock. And there he was putting on a monster costume. And I said, what's going on? And he said, oh, you caught me. I'm really a human. And I've been living in a monster suit, dating you for the past. So from that moment on, I said, no humans. You're just evil. I don't know what's
Pure
evil.
evil. My sister ain't been right ever since. That poor monster had to deal with that deceitful, lying human. So
well, here's what I will say to that. I love your son, and love is not evil.
It's true.
Son, do you really want to have? You really want to start a family with this human?
Yes, I do.
We cut to the baptism of the baby. I'd like to welcome all of y'all to come into our half human, half monster baptism of my first grandchild. And I know I invited you all here for a baptism. And I told you that in addition to the baptism, that today was my birthday too. And I see that you all brought gifts out to me. But I just wanted to let you know that it's not my birthday. I just want things to be about me. Okay, this little my first grandchild is taking so much attention, and all the attention has been on me for so long as the mother and the matriarch of the family. I didn't know how to share it.
Is that why you're making me stand by the front door and you won't even let me come in and hold my own child?
It's exactly why. It's a birthday. I had one gift.
She told me the whole thing. I had to play along with it. It was, you know, I got to do for my brother. You know, this is my brother's wife.
You didn't have to play along. And why does this cake have strawberries on it? I'm allergic.
Uh-oh. Are you really?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, you know, we're monsters. So I'm still a little hurt that you decided to go against just bringing this human down here. And, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we playing the long game to get you.
Playing the long game.
The long game. How you feeling there?
Not so good.
Uh-huh.
I mean, just the smell of the strawberries from the cake is enough to make my throat close up a little bit.
Somebody hold the baby.
Oh.
I feel like my throat.
I can take the baby. If I can come inside, I can take the baby.
I'll take the baby. I'll come get the baby. And see. The monster family. Me and my grandmother used to watch The Monsters. Remember The Monsters on Nick at Night?
Yeah.
That was like the last show I watched before I went to sleep. I need that rebooted. I want to see that rebooted. That would be a fun show to see. The Monsters. That's what that show reminded me of. I mean, that scene.
You know, there is a house in Waxahachie that actually they decorated the outside of the house like the Munster Mansion.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, I love that show. That show was hilarious. But thank everybody for tuning in tonight. That will be the end of our show. We wanted to thank Jessica for jumping on. Jessica, do you have anything you want to plug and shout out while we have you sitting on?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. We've got some sketches up at 80skidscomedy.com. We're also on YouTube and Facebook and all of those things. And then, of course, we've got some classes that are starting up too. We've got a new class that starts in October. I believe it's October 26th. And we'll be posting classes for both November and December too. We're still not doing shows yet because with the theater space that we have, it and the number of performers that we usually have for shows, it's too difficult to manage the number of people inside, and we want to make sure that all of our performers and everyone that comes into the theater are safe. And so, that's where we're holding off on shows. But man, we're looking forward to it, and I'm ready to jump back in and get everything posted just as soon as we know that it's safe for everyone to be there. We're going to have 2 graduation shows by the time it comes around. So because our 40th and 41st graduating class will have happened during COVID. So but thank you so much. I've had so much fun with y'all.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. That was fun. And for everyone else who's listening, that was the Can't Tell Us Nothing show. Shout out to Antoine. He was in the chat today. Of course. And please feel free, like the Facebook page, subscribe to it. Go on Station Theater's Facebook page, like and subscribe to it. Check out for those classes. They have been filling up like you don't believe. And everybody on here is an instructor except for Tandy, by the way, which we need to get done. Nonetheless, not to try to call her out. Thank y'all for joining. We will see y'all next week. And I'm going to cue up the music so that we can jump out. We will see y'all later.
Growl it out.